Ooh, do we have bungee cords? I feel like bungee cords are very... That's like a real road trippy kind of thing.
Sure. We don't have any.
All right. As far as comedy, I think the thing that I'm most excited about is the opportunity to focus on it wholeheartedly for 3 consecutive weeks.
I actually really enjoy the company of everyone on this trip, and I just can't wait to hate their guts.
Alrighty, so we're in LA. We're actually on Ocean Avenue because there's the ocean, the Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean's the East Coast. Get it? Because Pacific time doesn't matter. We have a show in about a couple hours in LA here, the Lotto Grotto. Not really sure what to expect. I know that we're doing short set times tonight, but I think that's just part of the business in LA.
This show specifically, it's going to be a little bit different from the other ones. It's going to be a lot of really good seasoned comics, and it's going to be shorter sets, but there's going to be a lot of comics. Guys, couple things about me, couple things. I don't like people that are vulgar. I don't like people that emphasize conjunctions, and I don't like people that joke about anal, but fuck it. Didn't love it, okay, didn't love it.
I'm from Fresno. Anybody here know where Fresno is? Yeah. Okay, some love for Fresno. It's unwarranted, but thank you. Fresno is a shithole. 500,000 people live there, and most people have never even heard of it. And it's for a good reason. 500,000 people, and some dude still rode a tractor to my high school every day. That's the kind of place we're talking about, guys.
My phone has been super fucking annoying lately. I had a phone, I just got the Galaxy, right? And it corrected one phrase, excited to unimpressed, which isn't even close. Grammatically, spelling-wise, it's not close in any sense of the word. And I was really upset about it because I just think my phone's super negative. It's a negative phone. I think it just did it on purpose, right? It just went, because I texted a friend, I was like, I'm excited to see you. And it changed to, I'm unimpressed seeing you. You bitch. What? I just think that's, I don't know, it's a negative phone. I looked at my notes and my will was written there. I was like, what the fuck? Phone? What the fuck is going on? It does a bunch of weird shit is what I'm saying. It'll just call my ex-girlfriend in the middle of the night and leave voicemails or whatever. It's like
My parents were so bummed when I told them I was going to pursue stand-up. Could you imagine how bummed they would be if they had a trust fund and I was a trust fund kid? That's such a letdown, you know? Yeah. I just have to sit at the helm of a trust fund and not fuck it up. You're not with me. That's fine. It's like there was really minimal feedback at all.
The first joke I did got a big laugh. Mm-hmm. That just really set it off well for me, I guess, and I think I just kind of sat in that energy.
It was really clunky, but it's an open mic, so I was happy with the way it went. After this one, I was like, holy shit, Alex, you need to write. So the entire rest of this car ride, I am going to be writing.
Yeah, I'm pretty frustrated with how that show went. I think I got fucked by where I went in the lineup. I think the set I gave at any other point in the night would have killed. It was a super bummer to me that all of my friends didn't get to see me perform. That really upset me. Really frustrating night of comedy for me. And I don't think I can learn a whole lot from it.
Alrighty, well we're at
Coming to you from the middle of the Mojave Desert.
In the middle, right in the middle there.
Haven't seen civilization for I guess say 100 miles.
So we just had the Lotto Grotto show last night. We are on our way to Durango. So we're on our way to Durango. We're headed to our next show is in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Hopefully we survive the desert. I don't know if we're gonna have enough gas, to be perfectly honest.
We
a little
honestly,
worried.
Yeah. I keep seeing road and mountain.
Yeah, that's it.
We've been in the car for a significantly less amount of time, and yet it feels like it's been longer.
It's really starting to compound, isn't it?
Yeah, it's starting to compound.
We're here in Poncho Springs. One of the most beautiful places.
I never understood why they locked up garbage though.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Probably bears.
Bears. We are in bear country, so she'll make camping tonight pretty fun. Have you ever been camping?
I have not.
You got a bug in here. Do I? Yardleys have never been camping.
Not once. City
I used to go camping a bunch as a boy. I got a tent. I know how to make a fire. We're gonna roast hot dogs for dinner tonight.
Sounds awesome. I'm feeling pretty good with the trip. The traveling is exhausting. The lack of sleep is really just compounding. And I think I'm gonna crash pretty hard at some point. I just don't really know when.
I am far and away the least experienced comic on this tour. And I think about that a lot. And so I'm trying to learn a lot from the people we see and the people on this tour.
I'm not super worried about the Nebraska show. I just, you know, that's a booked show that's in a bar that people are paying to come in, and I mean those environments are just way easier to succeed in my opinion. And
So Jake was using his bag as his pillow last night, and at some point he it got away. Yeah, no, not good. And he lost it, and he was like reaching around for it in the night, and he was like very confused, like where's my bag? Where's my bag? And he's like touching me all over. I'm like right next to him, and I'm just like, he's like touching my thigh and my shoulder. I'm like, there's something in the tent. There's a creature in the tent. It's scurrying around. It's touching me all over.
We woke up from our campsite in Sterling, Colorado. Beautiful Sterling, Colorado. And now we are going to make the, I think, what is it, 5-hour drive, Forbes? 5-hour drive to Lincoln, Nebraska / Omaha, Nebraska. Meet with some family, friends, and then we have a show tonight. We'll each be doing about 7 to 10 minutes or so. On our way, set sail. Main voyage. Oh, cool. Hey there. Hey, we're for the comedy night. Yeah. We're just gonna be performing. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. We're from out of town, so we thought we'd get here early just in case. Is that cool? Nice. Cool.
Just the IDs for everybody, and then I can just leave them drink.
Sure. If they're under, because she's filming and then he's performing, he's got to perform. Is that okay if we just keep an eye on him? Is that all right?
We are sitting outside of TikTok because it will be 8 days until I am 21 years old. And I'm not allowed in this bar. And we can't even film in there. So here we are. I think we'll wander around a little bit, maybe try and find a cigar shop, and just see where the evening takes us. Hopefully the guys have a good night, but it looked pretty dead in there. But who knows, could fill up.
In my experience, if a show is advertising that there's a cover that usually means it's a busy show. Not last night. Last night was one of those shows where it was only comics.
So you know, a patch is $25 so for you wait. So okay.
Our right tire's low, so we're gonna get it patched up. You know, on Google, this place is listed as a discount tire, and the only indication that this place is a discount tire is it's written on graffiti on the side of the building in discount tire.
That joke will need some patchwork if you ask me.
Okay.
I hate it. I hate it.
Wow, that joke was jacked up.
Oh man, spare me.
Alright, that was a good one.
Hey, welcome back to These Two Idiots. I'm your host, Richard Montano. As always with me, my co-host, Jared Langley. How you feeling, buddy?
That was a great break.
Yeah, no, I like that music. Nightmare was telling us it was really into his wheelhouse.
He liked that.
Yeah, he was very impressed with it. So, hey, for those of our listeners who don't know what's about to happen, we're about to drop some unsinkable creativity on you, if you will. Nice.
What did you get your degree in?
Ooh, okay, here we go. 2 degrees.
Nerd. Of course. He's totally
my God.
my
Right.
favorite one so far.
English creative writing.
Oh, yes!
And it gets better. It gets better. Latin. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Awesome. Does your diploma come with, do you want fries with that?
I know. If this comedy thing doesn't work out, I'm
You're screwed.
dicked. Yeah, that's all there is to
You
it.
got rich parents? Are you
Oh no,
okay?
God no.
Oh shoot, you're in trouble.
I was like, hey, I want to go on this trip. And they were like, you want to do what instead of having a job all summer?
I feel like when you're in your own scene, you guys are like, most people end up having the similar goals and similar, like you want to hit this club, you want to start doing these kind of different things. So especially I think that transition from Arizona State to Phoenix and making that transition, I think it was cool to see, okay, these comics have different goals than we did. And then I think this trip is just building on that just exponentially in terms of seeing what comics look at, what their goals are for jokes, for where they want to be, for practicing, for a book show versus an open mic. And learning that, I think, is incredibly helpful to create goals for myself and all of us.
I don't like the game Battleship because I like games that are an accurate representation of what they are. And I don't think that's what the Navy's like, guys. I don't think it's a bunch of guesswork, all right? I don't think the Navy is like B-7, fire the $1 million missile. Did we miss? B-8, give him B-8. That's not how it works. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, so you may have noticed, identical twin. I'm an identical twin. That's him. Only fan of twins there. Yeah, it gets tough. It's cool though. I'll go to open mics. When he's busy, I'll put his name in. I'll go up twice. Get double the time. It works out. We work together too, and we both are servers. We're both servers, and it's tough. But it works out too, because we're just all over the place. So people are like, this guy's a hustler. He's really putting in the effort right now. This is nice. But it sucks though, because I'll get people that'll come up to me, and then they just go like, hey, Alex, can you get me another of what I had before? And could you make it a double this time? And I have no idea who that was or what they were drinking. So I just go over to Alex and I'm like, hey, they want another one. And he's like, who? I was like, I don't know, but they want it now. Good luck, best of luck to you. And I leave.
Colton Loving. It sounds like a very uninterested porn star name. Ooh. Yep. Get your loving from Colton. Are we done? Can we? No? That was dumb.
There was an abandoned McDonald's, a Motel 6, and a Waffle House. So I'm already frazzled, right? Like this tire's blown up. I reached a new level of fear I wasn't familiar with, right? It was like fear level 5 unlocked, right? So I walk into this Waffle House, 2:30 in the morning, to the woman behind the counter. I said, "Excuse me, where am I?" Verbatim, she said, "Know where you should be." Fear level 6 unlocked, right?
think being a savvy comic is like knowing how to wake up a room or like get a room back. And I think that's just stuff we're learning. And that's the entire second half of the show of an open mic is just trying to wake them, because they've been watching there's what, 25 comics? Well, we are currently in Illinois. I think I just woke up. We are leaving Kansas City. Had a great time in Kansas City. And now we are in the middle of a 9-hour drive to Cincinnati, where we have 2 shows tonight.
What a great time for 4 white dudes to be crossing the country. What a time for Hitler Youth to go on tour. We've just picked it. You know, we're like, race relations are about at an all-time low. We should do this now. Let's do it right the fuck now. Perfect. We picked the time. Love it. Love it.
That's why I like Monopoly. I think that's really accurate of the housing market, right? That's just a gamble, right? That's a roll of the dice to get a good property, right? And all the assholes own hotels, right? All of the assholes. And if you end up winning, it's because you were stealing from the bank and you got away from it, right? You got that? Housing bubble joke, okay. That joke kills in 2008. Now it's like, we're doing fine now, Alex. Knock it off. So I'm on Tinder, and we're going town to town. So some people are pulling out Pokemon, I'm pulling out Tinder, seeing who's around. And it's tough. It's tough because Tinder is just like, the people on there, those are people that are down to fuck, right? DTF. Those are the only people on Tinder. But that's not the person I want to marry. I'm not going to Tinder to find my wife. I'm going to go to LinkedIn for that. I'm going to go to LinkedIn and I'm going to look for a professional woman, right? With skills I can endorse. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to endorse her. But it's funny because I know business. I was a business student. So, you know, sex sells. That's what they say. So that's why I'm going to Tinder for that.
Like, that's when I realized the phrase I've come up with that works, that's like a blanket statement that kind of is a dodge to everything. You could, but you're better than that. That's kind of, like hear me out. Like, I had a girl one time I was dating, she's like, do you think I'm hot enough to strip? I was like, you could, but you're better than that. Perfect response in that scenario, right? Or this one girl was like, she was like, you know, like, it's really fucked that my roommate's doing this to me, yada, yada, yada. I think I'm gonna, like, you know, leave her food out in the fridge for the weekend, make it all go bad. I was like, you could, but you're better than that. Awesome response. Awesome response. And then I found this earring, right? I found this earring in my apartment one time. I was super pumped. I was like, yes, my girlfriend's been missing an earring. I found her earring. She's gonna love it. Came home from work. I'm like, yo, babe, found your earring. Wasn't her earring. But I'm not like cheating or anything, right? I don't lie to cheat, right? I just lie to be better than them, you know, like. But I wasn't like cheating, right? And then I'm honest with her. I'm like, yo, look, like, I don't know, it's probably been like just in my apartment for years. I mean, there have been other girls, honest, bad, like not good in that scenario, right? And then she's like, does this look like an earring I would wear? I'm like, you could, but you're better. We'll end there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Forbes Shannon. Thanks for having me out in Cincy. It's been fun.
I'm a kid from divorce. My parents got divorced when I was younger. Couple fans of divorce, nice, cool, love that. Yeah, my parents got divorced, and it was weird because they met significant others quickly after. So I have like 2 supportive families. So when I would go to my Pee-wee football games, I'd have 2 supportive families. So people would always be like, Jake, are you nervous? Are you nervous for your game? I'm like, not nervous for the game. I'm nervous to pick my family at the end. That's going to be kind of tough. That's going to be really hard. Like every one of my games at the end just turned into the scene from Air Bud, where Bud's got to pick his family. You know what I'm talking about? Like my dad's got a Gatorade, like, hey buddy, hey. My mom's got orange slices trying to get me over to that side. It was tough. It was tough. People were like, this guy this guy, what's he doing? I was just faking injuries left and right, just so they'd come to me, right? It's just the only thing I could do. They're like, this guy is injury prone. It's like, what's he hurt with? It's a broken heart, guys. And I was out all season long. All right, guys, my name is Jake Early. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks, man. Yeah, dude, I appreciate it. Alex and I's hometown in Pennsylvania, that 9-hour drive from Ann Arbor to Newtown. We were asked by the Courier-Times, which is a Bucks County newspaper, and they were doing a story about Jake and I coming home, and we are graduates from ASU, but then also we're alumni of Council Rock North, which is, the school here. It's not too far away. And so it's like these hometown kids bringing home a comedy show. And so we did the interview. The only time we had was to do it on the road. So we did a phone interview. Colton, myself, Jake, and then Raina, the director. And Forbes was in another car with his friend, but we made Colton make up a voice for Forbes. And we wanted him to still be a part of it even though he wasn't there. So today, it is the day before the Newtown Theater show, which my dad said he wouldn't be surprised if there was over 150 people, which was way more than Alex and I thought. Today we are doing a sound check for that show tomorrow. So that's really big for us because this is the first show we're producing and putting on all by ourselves.
I think we're going to get a little more time than usual, a little bit more than the typical 5 to 7 minutes, which I'm a little bit nervous about just because I don't have the flow in my set to kind of like bring bits together and make a coherent 10 to 15 minute set. But I really want to work on that for tomorrow night's show, so I can really have something for Gotham in the following week.
So gives it a little something in the back.
I mean, to me it sounds fine. It's really up to you as to where you want to punctuate, with the mic. So we'll have the mics and the...
Now, do those big speakers go back and the curtain is drawn in front of them or something?
No, the big speaker here, those 3 speakers will be stored in the corner in the back.
Okay.
The cables will be out of the way.
Oh, and then the whole stage is open then?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
It's a Peanuts movie. I mean, a comedy show. Ooh. See the comedy show? Could be intriguing.
Next month.
Heard it's PG-13. We are in a piercing shop because I lost a bet.
With who?
With our director, Raina. So now I have to pierce a part of my body. I think I'm going ear. But now I'm concerned that there is a certain ear to do it. She's buying the jewelry, I am buying the piercing.
It's actually small enough for us to look here. If you look at it, you look like NSYNC member from like 98.
I haven't even seen it yet. I'm just at a point now where I embrace everything that happens to me. I have an earring.
That's how I feel right there. Winston is my spirit animal. And he embodies how I feel on the inside. No, I'm pretty nervous.
I am feeling
pretty good. I'm starting to get excited for the show tonight.
As far as the material though, I'm really excited. I think Alex and I really talked out our duo act, which I'm very excited for. It's always this weird feeling like before like a bigger show that I always think, why am I doing this? Why on earth am I doing this? And then usually what happens most of the time is during or most of the time after the show I go, God, I love doing this. Let's do it again. And that's sort of the cycle that happens with me.
But I've been trying to kind of polish up my set all day, just kind of focus on getting ready to, you know, go that long and make my material coherent.
I looked at my journal, I was like, all right, let's see what I've been doing, what kind of stuff I want to do. And then I just realized, like, oh fuck, I've written like 4 notes since we've been on tour. So this entire trip I haven't been using the notebook anyway, so which is kind of cool to think about.
We're also going to be doing the news for this show, in the middle of the show. So right now I'm just writing out the set list, and I kind of just write it out by just kind of like keywords, like this Ben Carson joke. All I need to see is Ben Carson because I know the joke is, in a recent interview, Ben Carson said, transgendered people make everyone feel uncomfortable. No, Ben Carson, black Republicans make everyone feel uncomfortable. You know, this isn't for me a show to experiment and find out new stuff with. This is a show for me to flex my muscles and really just try and kill this audience. And I think it's gonna be a pretty easy audience. I'm not worried about being too vulgar. I think it's just gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm not super nervous. I'm just kind of just trying to chill out and hydrate and just get ready for it, you know?
I'm excited just because the show is whatever we make it. So I'm really looking forward to putting the Unsinkable spin on it.
Thank you.
There's so many people, everyone I've ever met is here. Does my hair look good? That's it. That's it. That's the look out for 300 people? I don't know. That's the look
300 people?
That's how many it sells. 200. Yeah. 300.
Never been in front of that many people.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, we sold out.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill the half light.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Forbes Shannon. I'm going to be your host for the evening, and I'm going to need your help to bring the rest of the crew out on the stage. When I say Alex, you say Yardley. Alex! Yardley! Alex! Yardley! When I say Colt, you say Lovett. Colt! Lovett! Colt! Lovett! When I say Jake, you say Yardley. Jake! Yardley! Jake! Yardley! Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in Newtown, Unsinkable!
That was excessive. I'll say that was excessive. I spent the summer in Los Angeles. I lived there, and I had this like stroke of luck where my roommate from college, his uncle is the lead singer of Def Leppard, so Joe Elliott. So the song "Pour Some Sugar on Me," that's about his aunt.
Do you get that? Like, like the stripper's anthem? Do you guys get how easy it is to bully him, right? Like that's crazy. Like, but he asked me last summer, he goes, hey, my aunt and uncle, they need help moving. Like, they need help moving. Do you think you'd, come up for the weekend and help? And I was like, absolutely, yes, 100%. So I got tickets. We went backstage to the Def Leppard concert. And I mean, at the time, I'm 21. I think it's protocol, if you're that age and you're going to concerts, I think bringing weed is I feel like that's pretty normal. I feel like it's a pretty normal thing. Except Def Leppard is like older and have families now, and they're all sober. So I was a bad influence to the rock band. Do you get how weird that is? Like I was going around, I was like, you guys gonna hit this? Like, no, I do not. And it's weird because it's sex, drugs, and rock and roll, right? I was drugs. I was a third of the show. And I killed it, you guys. I killed it. I had a great time.
Dude, there's just no place for honesty. That's all I'm saying. I went to a party one time, and this girl came up to me, and she said, do you know who you look like? I was like, no, who? She goes, Sid the Sloth from Ice Age. Oh, the triangular-headed, animated buck-tooth sloth? Cool, you trying to fuck? Like, why would you say that?
But some sort of fight or flight kicks in when I start to eat, and I have to shovel as much food in my mouth as I can before somebody takes it away. Like, I'm preparing for hibernation 100% of the time. And it's very strange, and I'm gaining weight because of it, and I know the solution. I need to start going to the gym like an adult, but I'll let you in on a secret. I'm not gonna go to the gym. Nobody likes going to the gym, right? Fuck you too! I hate going to the gym because there's two camps, right? There's people like me, and then there's people doing the weights, right? You get the guys who are just, arms the size of tires, and they've got this dumb, this huge old bar with weights on it. And then I'm over here like, listen to the help on tape. It's unreal.
Yes, guys, how we feeling, huh? Yes! Fuck how you feel. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you feel at all. How we doing, guys? Yes! Yes! It doesn't matter what you're doing. Jake, we're doing good comic, bad comic. Right? No, I know, but you're being you blew by it. You're an asshole. Okay. You're being an asshole. You are doing it. It was a bit much? It was excessive. We'll do the other one. Do the other one? Yeah? Okay, good. We'll just start over again. Just do it again. How we feeling, guys? Yes! Yeah! Yes! Good-looking crowd. Yes, it is! Sexy-looking crowd. Very good-looking crowd. Real good-looking crowd. It's a crowd I would take out to the bar. To a bar. Over the drinks with. Right. Back home. Get a cold sweat. Take. What? Easy. It's good comics, sexy comics. Jake! That's the thing. Jake, you did pedophile. You went pedophile. Is that? Yeah. It felt... I said channel your Bill Cosby, but not like that. Yeah. No, it felt like the other way. On stage.
Apple announced plans to release a new, slimmer 4-inch iPhone SE. Yes, an iPhone finally small enough to fit in the children slaves' hands that made it.
Everybody says homeless. Everybody says, oh, there's like a homeless guy. And it's 2016. They're trans-sheltered, okay? And we need to acknowledge them as such, okay? We're just transitioning between shelters. I have a homeless friend, and we just get into it. We're just a couple of coots, me and him. Carl, his name's Carl, and Carl's a silly guy. Carl's living in a box right now, and I'll go over to his box, and I'll say, move over, and he's like, that's the kitchen. And we are so close, we talk about our political affiliations. He voted for Obama, he just wanted some change. And we're so close, we talk about our dreams and our aspirations. And I was like, Carl, what do you want to be when you grow up? He's like, I want to be a boxer. I was like, you kind of already are. You kind of already are, Carl.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Let's bring up the rest of the crew. Yeah, you're going to come out. Bring up the lights. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you guys. Oh, hey, that's good. Thank you. Yeah. Green parrot, right? See you guys. Guys. Thank you guys so much.
We gotta not miss this train, so. Boring, man.
Yeah.
Also, I knew it was raining because my earring hurt. In fact, it's been hurting a lot today.
So your earring can tell the weather?
Whether it's like a
You know,
small animal.
I'm just gonna, I don't know anything about this, but maybe your earring hurts because yesterday they put a hole in your ear.
Oh, yeah, keep up here.
That could be it. Also, I slept on the left side of my head.
That was a bad move.
There it is.
Bad move.
Get a close up on that. Is he straight?
What's the dolphin's name?
I don't think any part about that is straight.
Fist me.
Jesus Christ. We are ready to rock.
Get down and shake it when the beat drop. Get up. Well, get up.
Come on, kick the funk. Rock to the rhythm, go. I said rock to the rhythm, you don't stop. Cause ghetto funk has got to be the show shot. I said rock to the rhythm, you don't stop. So who's squad that'll make the house rock? Ghetto funk with the rhythm, you don't stop. Cause squad's got to be the show shot. I said rock to the rhythm.
But this is what we do our twice a year. Oh God. Who's voting for Trump? No, but watch, it doesn't get better. Who's voting for Hillary? See? We're just like nobody knows. I'm Trump's worst nightmare because I'm a Muslim and I'm disabled, and you know, like he made fun of the disabled reporter, and then he wants to ban me because I'm Muslim, and then on top of all of that, I also bleed from wherever, so he just but I understand one thing about him, and that's his like not wanting to let certain refugees in, because I've been married for 6 years, and my mother-in-law has never been allowed to visit her son in America. It's ridiculous, right? It's because she's on this Homeland Security terror watch list that I put her on. And it's not a false accusation because she terrorizes me. The day I got married, I explained to this woman, I can't have kids. If I get pregnant, I'll die, like Shelby from Steel Magnolias. And Shelby has this great line where she's like, I'd rather have a moment of joy than a lifetime of nothing. And I'm like, I'll take a lifetime? Yeah, that's good. I'll just stay alive, thank you. So we've explained this to my mother-in-law, and yet every single time she calls me on the Skype, which she calls Skypey, she always says the same thing. Are you pregnant? Are you knock up? You're looking very fat. Is there a bundle in that oven? And I tell her, I have told you repeatedly, if I get pregnant, I will die. And her response is, just try once. Are you guys ready to get this show started? We have the youngest of the Unsinkable members. So give it up for your first comic, Carlton Lovett!
I remember the other day, we were driving. I was the one actually doing the steering of the vehicle. So everyone's behind me, and they're talking, and I'm trying to listen to the conversation. I'm just saying, what? I can't hear you. Over the roar of everything. I'm like, guys, I can't hear you from this. This is my bad ear. And they're like, you're 21 years old. What are you doing with a bad ear, right? And I'm like, and I'm trying to explain it. This is okay. So this is my bad ear. This is where the rifles come over your shoulder when you're online, when you're reenacting the Civil War. You guys don't do that as a child. You didn't recreate one of our nation's greatest tragedies over and over again, because I did. My father took my brother and I out to do that monthly. We would wear the uniforms, march around, shoot fake guns at people. It was like my Boy Scouts. Reenacted the Civil War. 100% true. I did that every single month. And, it's not something I thought about when I was little doing it. It was just kind of normal to me, right? But as I grew up and I'm telling people this, I'm discovering it's not a normal thing people do. I keep getting the same question, which side did you portray when you did this, right? Because there's definitely a winning team and a losing team, right? And the truth is, we portrayed the South. We were the Confederacy. And so it's not for any weird reason, right? It's just because my dad was a racist. That's all it is.
We actually just got an article written about us in the newspaper, and it said PG-13, which is tough because when it's PG-13, you only get one fuck per show. So who's it gonna be? I had to look in the back because I know everyone. Jesus. Oh my gosh. That's so much harder. Luckily it's bright. No, I'm kidding. We can have as many fucks as we would like, so that's good. We actually were on this road trip. And I've been using my phone a ton. No, it's so tough because I texted a friend and I texted him. I was like, I'm excited to see you when I was coming home. But my phone autocorrected excited to unimpressed. So it said, I'm unimpressed seeing you, you son of a bitch. Which is weird. Which is weird that it would autocorrect like that. That was weird. It sucked because then I was texting the next day, I got over it, and I was writing unimpressed, but it didn't autocorrect it to excited. So I was like, this is just a negative phone, really? Just a super negative phone. I looked in my notes section and my will was written down. This is a depressed phone. Oh my God. No, it's weird. My phone it's been giving me, so it'll do this weird thing. I'll wake up in the morning and it has called my ex-girlfriend and left a voicemail. Does your guys' phone do that? It's a Galaxy, so if that helps. I don't know if you guys are Galaxy or not. No, it does that, and then it'll screenshot her Snapchats and put them on Instagram and say, this bitch, hashtag. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird phone. It's a weird phone. In the middle of the night, it just drives to her house and throws rocks at her window. I don't know. It's a weird phone. It's just a Galaxy. I'm going to get an iPhone. I'll get an iPhone. I know a lot of people, they say, oh, I have like resting bitch face. Like, oh, I have this like resting bitch face. And it's really hard because people don't like talking to me. I'm not very approachable. I have like a resting bitch face. And I feel like I have the opposite problem. I have like resting nice face. Like people always come up to me and will ask me for directions or to take their photo. And I can't help it because on the inside, I'm like, go the fuck away. But on the outside, I'm like, come on over here. Get over here. Get over here. It's so tough. Because, I mean, I want to be like more intimidating because I have zero street cred, right? You saw this white privilege tour, guys. I have no street cred. Like if I went up to someone in a dark alley and I tried to really intimidate them, it's like, hey, I know the streets. I know the streets. They would be like, oh my goodness, you know the street's perfect. We're looking for some directions because we don't know where we're going. Damn it. You take a left.
Grandparents are cool, I guess. I don't know. Growing up, I had a grandma and I had a nana. We called Nana Nana because we loved Nana. We called Grandma Grandma because Grandma was a bitch. Like Nana gave me a quilt every Christmas and all Grandma gave me was secondhand smoke, you know, like. There's a distinction. Nana lived way up north in Canada, like Arctic Circle up north, right? And she's actually a native Canadian. Just like how in America we have Native Americans, she is a native Canadian. And fun fact, actually, the word Eskimo is a racial slur. It is. So when you are rubbing your noses together, you're being fucking racist. But yeah. So anyways, Nana was an Eskimo, and she, every Christmas, she made me a quilt, which was awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna be ungrateful, but I've never been under a quilt and been like, this is warmer than a $20 Target blanket, you know, because it's not, you know? It's just fucking not. But she, she always made it with a lot of love, and I was lucky enough in high school to have a car. And I kept Nana's quilt in the back of my car in case I got extra lucky, right? So Nana's quilt was a sex blanket, is what I'm saying. So one girl's face down on Nana's quilt, right? And she's like, this smells like it was made with love. I was like, honestly, this isn't love. And
let's have one more round of applause for all your comments.
I thought that the Gotham show, it was so intimidating, just saying the Gotham show, like it being on the calendar and it being Gotham. And then once we got in there and people got, sat and everything, it just all seemed like, oh, we've done this, 100 times. This is no problem. Like we can all do this is no big deal. And then, once we did it, it was a surreal feeling of like, oh, we did Gotham.
We're going home. We're going home.
Whoa. Kevin, love you!
See ya. I'm going to boot camp to get my ass kicked.
Exactly. Yeah, like I'm trying to earn my way up there. I'm not trying to just find the quickest way.
Up there, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather walk the high road than take, you know, a car to the left.
I will say that this is I think that what we did was pretty unorthodox, I guess.
For sure, and that's the fun of it. Yeah.
I definitely get people's expectations of like, oh, you think you're good enough to tour, and we're just like, no, we're just doing it for the shits and gigs, you know, like most surprisingly friendly in the morning.
I know where this one's
Jake
going.
Yardley.
There it is.
And I would like to thank Colt Loving for this award.
Wow.
There was so many mornings. Is this the one I don't wake up?